us to talk about the importance of mother tongue education in preschool.
At a young age, a child should learn at least 4 languages.
We face off against one another in a cup competition.
Stack it, stupid.
And later, we have a Kiki with Loyiso McDonald.
Did you hear that? Circuitous.
Hashtags powered by Avanti Communications, liberating potential across Africa. Hashtags powered by Avanti Communications, liberating potential across Africa. Welcome back. Now, as you know, Avanti is always on the lookout for inspiring ways in which to liberate potential, and in so doing came across Soweto-born graphic artist Sia Masuku. Now, Sia is a children's book writer and illustrator, and he's here to tell us what it is about his books that makes them extra special. Hi, Sia, and welcome to Hashtags.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you're a graphic artist and writer. How did you come to write books like this that teaches kids how to pronounce Zulu sounds?
I had a discussion with my mother some years ago about the books that are not going into the township schools. And it made me think about ways that I could contribute towards solving that problem. And coming from a graphic arts background, well, I knew I could draw, and I put together a children's book teaching pronunciation in isiZulu alphabets. And Siyafunda isiZulu was launched in 2016, and that's where it started.
You know, these books are in isiZulu language. How does isiZulu benefit a normal growing child in South Africa generally? You know, abantwana bethu, I think, have forgotten their mother tongue. And it's more like, if I can speak English, I'm the best. Ekasi, you know? But how does it benefit umntana sekasi who now speaks Zulu and obviously knows English, but also is quite eloquent and understands stories, even African stories, but in isiZulu, it tells them isiZulu?
Well, I think the benefit comes because there are certain things we can express in our native tongues, which are very difficult to express in English. So, for instance, if we're at home and tukunomsebenzi, as we would call it, and you know, we're slaughtering a cow or whatever, and then my uncle comes to me and says, "Go and sit there with the other uncles and listen while I'm busy with something." In isiZulu, they'd probably say something like, "Hambo begin lapia." Now, to say "go and put your ear there" in English sounds weird. Right?
And then when I put the ear there, who do I put it to? Do I cut it? What are you saying?
So those, I think, there are certain ways we can express ourselves in our mother tongue, and that's why it's also very important for children at a very young age to learn in their native tongue, because they'll express themselves better. Once they become comfortable with expressing themselves, and they could do that much easier with their own language than they can with a different language, then we can start introducing them to more languages. And in fact, I would even go as far as saying, at a young age, a child should learn at least 4 languages, you know, whatever ethnicity they are, because it really helps them communicate better and understand other people better, and be less ignorant of other people's cultures as they grow.
That's true.
Yeah.
So tell me, how is Siyafunda helping underprivileged communities?
I think when we launched Siyafunda isiZulu, we donated a couple hundred books to the school, Mseni Primary School. We've also worked with other organizations in getting toys to the school, and getting stationery to the school. But I mean, in terms of Ulanga, for instance, the book we're going to be launching soon, we've decided that we'll make sure it's launched in Soweto. There's free access to anyone to come and see. It's going to be at the Soweto Theatre, so anyone can come in for free and check out what we're doing. It's going to be on a large screen, so I think it should be exciting. In fact, we recently just started putting together a collaboration with a book club society in Soweto, and they do a lot of amazing things with kids, like yoga and stuff in Soweto. And there are obviously book clubs. They facilitate book clubs. So yes, we are full on now, actually looking into moving a lot around the Soweto area and seeing what impact we can do with the kids there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what resources do you require in order to be able to reach more underprivileged schools and communities?
Funding. First and foremost, funding. I mean, every day we're constantly thinking about new ways to get funding. making sure that the editors at least can put food on the table, you know, the writer, the illustrator,
To run the whole thing.
yeah, the actual equipment, the infrastructure, you know,
print.
the tablet.
Oh, the tablet.
Yeah, I illustrated that on a tablet. So
Wow. So it's an advanced tablet that kind of does
it
that.
actually is. It's a Wacom Cintiq. It does a pretty nice job, as you can see. I guess.
Absolutely.
So also the printing and making sure that the books get to the bookshops. There's so much of
Just
it.
a lot of admin that you have to do.
Yeah.
So I know that Manso and Franz are going to donate 3 million rand
Yeah.
each.
Wow.
Easy,
It's
easy.
not enough. We need 10.
But how can people that want to donate and want to get in touch with you get in contact with you?
Well, our website is www.siafundaonline.co.za. You could find us on Facebook. The link
Still under Siafunda?
Siafunda Online.
Okay.
I'm also on Twitter and Instagram, the likes. And yeah, if you need to get in touch, it's sawubona@siafundaonline.co.za.
Sia, thank you so much for joining us on Hashtags. I think all of us, we really applaud you and well done on this amazing, amazing project.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So if there are people in your community who, just like Sia, are making a difference, please tell us about it. Our handles are #Africa on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
It's really lovely.
Amazing. It's so bright.
After the break, we honeys get competitive. And later, Loyiso McDonald shows us his improv skills.
Yeah, so I've had this since birth.
Rise up.